welcome back to Straight Talk. We are joined in studio once again with Mikey. Welcome back. And we're going to wrap up that very lively discussion for today. We talked about Carl, we talked about the election law, we had some guests in, we talked about other things in regards to the disciplinary measures.
Yeah, off camera, I was listening to the interview with Jeffrey and Trina, and you know, I was thinking again, you know, about it was like the timeline. Obviously, there's some optimism there that they'd like to have.
They'd like to do it quickly.
Would like to try to get it quickly, but I like your question. I probably would have asked that same question about why now, because that went through my mind right away. It seems like every time we're winding down to an election, there's always these things that come up.
Just prior to the last election and coming out of the one before that, there was all this discussion about electoral reform
for 5 or 6 years, yeah.
And just all of a sudden now it's in the hopper. That's the question that people could ask.
Wasn't there a didn't you ask Ganaterio Gilbert about, was it the election law you asked him about last time?
No, it wasn't the election law.
Oh, it was something else, yeah.
Yeah. No, it escapes me right at the moment.
But anyway,
it's the Justice.
Oh, the Justice Act. But we've been talking about this for a while, and then I guess, you know, they're right. It's got to go into some type of I guess priority into doing the decision making process. It's funny because anytime you have anybody from the Mohawk Council, they use so many acronyms that most people don't know what they're talking about.
ILCC, LCC, CDMP, blah, blah, blah. Elemental P.
I guess it's easier to use that, but the community decision-making process is what what this is going through. And, you know, history says that people are going to be there or not. But it seems like it's always an issue with the election laws.
I think, you know what, the thing with that, as a community we've been going through now, he said he did the timeline to 1952, but I think ever since the Indian Act and this process of changing into something and the dis-ease with that about, you know, wanting to say return to something which is more authentically our own, which is, you know, the whole traditional government argument.
But is it our own? When you look at that on face value?
No, that's my question. Is it really what the community was feeling 30 some years ago? And are we really headed there? And specifically why I bring that up is the community decision making process. And it is a process. It does involve some of the community. But my view of it is, or my questions and my concerns is how managed is it?
And I can't see this happening for at least another 1 or 2 elections. I'm serious, is because some of the bigger issues is the membership there, and that's something that has to be taken care of somewhere down the road. But you know, that's there. But we'll be discussing it again in the future, and you know, and like I said, as far as the Carl and Gus situation, is it there or it's not, and more discussion. But you know, we're wrapping up. It's the end of the show again, and
it's the end of the month.
It's the end of the month, and
geez, how'd that happen?
I don't know.
Spooky. Halloween's coming.
Yeah.
In another few days, Halloween. You know, be safe. Get out there and you know, put on your costumes and watch the kids and make sure that you know, you're careful when you're driving around.
Inspect all their candy before you allow them to eat it.
Before you eat it.
Watch your neighbors. Watch your neighbors, because Matt Knight seems to. It hasn't been that bad over the years. When years ago when I was on the road, it was crazy.
Recent years has been quite good,
Yeah.
but still, it's still good to be vigilant and you know, watch the neighbors and stuff like that. Watch your neighborhood.
Check your candy. Although that we always say that we're a safe community, still check the candy.
Yeah. Always.
Especially age appropriate. Sometimes you have 2 different children in 2 different age groups. Some candy is good for them, some aren't good for the others.
Right.
But that wraps up another show.
Yes, it does.
If you have any questions or comments surrounding our show, you can email us at mohawktv@hotmail.com, or you can phone us at 450-632-NEWS. That's 450-632-6397. once again, thank you very much, and it was fun.
Happy
Hopefully
Halloween.
We'll have happy Halloween to you.
And it's nice to have you. You were gone last week, so nice to have you back.
Yes.
And thanks for tuning in. That's my statement.
Anigiwahi.
So nyawa and ona.
Kanya ke haga thadi adaraste kayerniga hiadu zawade rodu.